Well, our first game then is Spurs against Aston Villa. The cup holders Tottenham beaten 4-0 at home by West Ham on Wednesday night. But even worse for the league champions Villa, they've lost both their opening games against Notts County and Sunderland. So there's some repair work to be attempted by both clubs now. But we're going to start the day away from the playing field.
Starting the day in the luxury of one of Tottenham's executive boxes. There are 72 of these. They each take up to 8 people, and they cost £10,000 per season to hire. But the view is a perfect one. And from the outside looking in, here's how those boxes figure in Tottenham's new stand, which has come on apace during the summer and is scheduled to be finished in December. And these are the teams in action in front of that fine-looking stand today. Spurs still without Garth Crooks, Steve Archibald, Chris Hughton and Paul Price. And with that 4-0 defeat here against West Ham on Wednesday night to put behind them. And then today, another shock. Tony Galvin's father has died, and Tony has gone back to his family in Yorkshire. Chris Jones comes into the attack, his first game for over a year because of a serious ankle injury. But what about Aston Villa's troubles? The champions have lost those 2 opening games against Notts County and Sunderland, and now come without defender Ken McNaught and the brilliant youngster Gary Shaw. Brendan Ormsby takes the number 5 shirt, and Terry Donovan continues at number 8. It's a fair ball there for Falco. And that deflected onto the top of the crossbar. Off Allan Evans. And Villa are not out of it yet as Hoddle takes it up towards the byline there. It's a good cross in there. Falco is up. And in the end, Villa get it away with Dennis Mortimer. Bremner and the ball into touch. For a Villa throw. Such a touch-and-go thing there, and Rimmer was absolutely stranded. Falco, and the ball comes off the defender here, off Kenny Swain in fact, onto the crossbar. So here come Villa again. There's a good cross coming in there, and surely an own goal off Gordon Smith. Well, Terry Donovan's gone away waving his arms, but Ray Clemence is beaten. And surely that was an own goal off the Spurs number 4, Gordon Smith. Former Aston Villa player. And as we see it again now, it was really thumped in there well. A low, dangerous cross. Yes, off the fullback. Allan Evans is up, and Mortimer. And Ormsby was there as well, and Mortimer. 2-0. Volleyed in there by the Aston Villa captain. After that little flick on from the corner. And Villa open up a 2-goal gap. Flicked on by Peter Withe, I think it was in the first place. No, it was Donovan. And look at the marking leaving a certain amount to be desired there, and the volley thumped joyfully into the roof of the net by Mortimer. So it was a useful little flick on by the defender Brendan Ormsby, and a really well struck shot by Dennis Morley. Roberts. Morley. Here's Withe. Played in again there for Gibson, who'd come up quickly, and played in there by Donovan, and that's number 3. Again that move down the left, as with the first goal, involving Colin Gibson. And it was as easy as you like. Played in there for Gibson. Played across there for Donovan to take it first time. Past Clemence, number 3 for Aston Villa. And Spurs at the moment seem quite incapable of producing either a cohesive movement or a remarkable idea that will at least provide them with a goal. came a bit closer to it then. Brooke finding Hoddle. And Lacey, who's getting a cheer every time the ball comes anywhere near him. Finding Falco. Now, will he get into the right foot this time? And the shot pushed away well by Jimmy Rimmer. The first really explosive piece of forward play we've seen, probably from Spurs, but certainly from Falco. And now here's Withe. Oh, terrific goal by Withe. And Rimmer gesticulating there with a defence that left him wide open. But when Withe catches them, as we saw in the cup final replay, they take a bit of stopping. After Rimmer had saved that shot from Falco, Spurs came back at them again. A minimum of backlift, a flashing shot wide of Jimmy Rimmer. And Spurs have scored to make it 1-3. With a little over a quarter of an hour left. They were beaten only 3 times in the league here this season. They are still in grave danger of losing twice in the league in the first week here this season. Withe. Mortimer down injured for Aston Villa as Spurs come forward again with Garry Brooke. In the game for Jones there. Falco took a good save by Rimmer to save Spurs from getting really back into this game at 3-2. Falco hitting that violently on the turn. And Rimmer performing well to turn it over. Kenny Swain with it. Mortimer trying to get in there. And also Donovan, and they played it back short. Oh, it's going to be a goal! And it is! No, I think the referee has ruled it out and given a free kick to Tottenham. Clemence had that and lost it, and you must assume that it was unfairly taken from him according to the referee, as Mortimer goes in there. Now Donovan. Clemence goes out of his goal, and I must say that looked okay to me. And it crossed the line, as you could see, but the referee decided no goal.
Well, 2 defeats for Spurs in a week. And after the match, their manager Keith Birkinshaw attacked his own supporters, who'd spent much of the afternoon barracking the defender Gordon Smith. "I can't understand our crowd," says Keith. "The lad had to come into the side because of our injury problems. How can you play in that sort of hostile atmosphere? It's ridiculous. It upsets me and my players." Incidentally, don't let's start talking about a crisis at Tottenham after only 3 games. No side, of course, can be denied 5 of its regular players through injury and still expect to produce the goods. The Spurs fans have just got to be patient and await, I'm afraid, the return of Crooks, Archibald and company. Incidentally, that first Villa goal, Villa's Terry Donovan went away claiming it. But in a season when there are big money prizes to be won for the leading goal scorers, we've really got to put the record straight. And it was quite clearly an own goal by Gordon Smith, as we've seen already in the game. And if you think the conditions yesterday were tough on the players, what about the poor old ref? Well, Brian Hill of Kettering, who I thought had an excellent game, but he collapsed afterwards with severe leg cramp and exhaustion. He was taken to hospital last night, but he's okay when I checked with him today. That's good news.